Okay, Facebook, I am at the CAREB conference. We're eating. Some of the lovely ladies at our table say hello. From San Diego. And the ladies on this side of the table say hello. Lovely ladies.
Hello. Welcome to Sacramento.
Yes.
Are you ready?
So we are eating right now, but we'll be enjoying our guest speakers, our panelists up there. 2 million in 5 years. 2 million homeowners, African American homeowners in 5 years. That is the goal. And so all of those lenders up there at the table are pledging to help in that regard. And I'm so hungry I can't even, I'm fumbling over my words.
We've got to take some action steps immediately. The black community was hit hard, but it's not just the black community that was hit hard with this wealth disparity. Now the market has rolled to a point where prices are higher than they were before. They're peaking, right? And I don't know if they're stopping anytime soon or not. We don't know. But we got to do something right now, right? If you're not a member of the Realtors organization, become a member. It's simple. You become a Realtors by joining your local board in California. That also means you join CAREB and you join ARAB. Become a member today. If you're a member, become a leader. Get involved in your local board, the board of directors, in a committee, volunteer at a home buyer session or something. Get involved. If you're a leader, then you need to inspire and influence your people and get them moving in a way, in a direction, to where they, through your leadership, will be able to make a significant impact on their community and begin building wealth, black wealth, through home and property ownership.
I want to tell you a story, if I may, about a maid. And her name was Corinne Davis. And she was a maid. And she came from Virginia to Washington, D.C. as a maid. She didn't like being a maid because she didn't like working in the house of others. She wanted more for herself. And this is back in 1910, 1920, somewhere in there. I don't have the exact facts. But she had a hard time acquiring housing. She was so determined to get into housing that she had someone else buy her first house for her. And she bought a house in Washington, D.C., the place that I grew up. I happen to know this woman pretty well because she was my great aunt. Aunt Corinne went on to own 6 houses in Washington, D.C. I would imagine that the investment that Aunt Corinne made in those 6 houses was no more than $100,000 for those 6 houses. By the 1950s and the 1960s, those houses had gotten up somewhere around $55,000, $60,000 each, and now her total investment was right around $300,000 to $400,000. You follow me? But it wasn't that she was looking for the return on her investment as much as she was looking for a place to house people who came from the South, to give them the opportunity to start their family and start their life. And so she subdivided all 6 of those houses so 36 people would have a place to live. And she gave them a new start in life. In the 50s and the 60s, some members of my family, when Aunt Corinne died, they took those houses and they sold each one of them. Aunt Corinne's dream had died. They took the money from those houses and they put it in their pockets. Today, can you imagine the value of each one of those houses?
is my grandfather. He asked me, he said, "Hey, Chris, what's the richest land in the world?" And I said, "The United States." And he said, "No." And I said, "China." And he said, "No." I said, "Grandpa, I give up. What's the richest land in the world?" And he said, "The graveyard, because that's where so many ideas died with people that never got them out." And so that really impacted me of saying, you know what, no matter how small the idea is, I'm going to get it out. And so the small idea while I was attending UC Davis, anybody familiar with these? Okay, ramen noodles. So I said, you know what, I've had all these different invention ideas. This one has to be easy to make. So all you do is put the block of ramen noodles right inside the cooker, add water to the water line, pop it in the microwave for 3 minutes, take it out with the 2 heat-resistant handles, and you got perfect stovetop ramen. One time. And so what I learned on this journey, the difference between faith and fear. Now, faith and fear, they're two polar opposites. The one characteristic that they share is they both want you to believe something that hasn't happened yet. For any purpose-driven journey, you got to choose faith or fear. And so I said, you know what? I'm choosing faith. I prayed myself up, and I said, you know what? I'm going after this thing. The Rapid Ramen Cooker became the #1 bestseller on Amazon.com. Okay? Over 1,200 reviews, 4.7 out of 5 stars. We're now in over 50,000 retail doors. We're in every single Walmart, every single Target, every single Walgreens, Bed Bath & Beyond, Albertsons, you name it. Anything that you ask, believe, and receive in your heart, it's done. I walk in that faith. I talk in that faith. That it's already done. It's just a matter of time. God controls the increase, and so all I got to do is execute and have patience. So walk in that mindset of I'm winning and I've already won. And then lastly is limitless possibilities.